Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for watching. My name is Paige and this is officially my first video of 2022. Happy New Year guys, I hope it is one filled with love and light. But for today's video, it's finally here. We are officially doing my Dyson Airwrap tutorial. So I know this video has definitely been a long time coming. I've been saying I wanted to do this forever. I know a lot of people have just been getting their Dyson Airwraps recently. I've had mine for actually a year and a half, but believe me when I say I haven't gotten the hang of it till like a couple months ago. It took me so long to figure out how to do the curls the way I want them and to actually get them to stay. So today I'm going to be showing you how I do my hair, my tips and tricks, and everything I do to make my hair look like this with the Dyson Airwrap. I'm going to keep this intro short because I know you guys want to see the tutorial. So if you want to see my official Dyson Airwrap tutorial, then just keep watching. What's up everyone? Welcome back to my washroom. I filmed a couple times here before, but basically I decided to film this here because it is the best lighting and it's nighttime. I'm a girl that does her hair at night. So this is what we're working with. Sorry if there's an echo, but we're making do. So let's get started with my hair. First off, let's talk about the products that I use. I do have a whole hair care video, so I will link that down below, but we're just gonna recap quickly. So before I showered, I did do a Olaplex treatment in my hair. So I first went in with the Olaplex No. 0 Intensive Bond Building Hair Treatment. It comes with this little spray bottle. You spray it in your hair and leave it for 10 minutes. And then after that, I go in with the Olaplex Hair Perfector, which is the No. 3. So I put that in and I leave that in for about 30 minutes. Then I hop in the shower. After my regular shampoo, I did a purple shampoo because it was that time for me. I usually like to do a purple shampoo once every other week or once every other wash, just to help tone my blonde a bit. And then I did my conditioner. Out of the shower, I used the Way Hair Care Leave-In Conditioner. I'm actually almost out of this stuff. I do have another bottle in Mustache. So I just did that, combed my hair out, and now we're here. So my hair, I'd say, is about 50 to 60% air dried, which is great because the more kind of air dried your hair is, the easier it is to work with, believe it or not. So now that we've gone through all the basics, it is finally time to get into the good stuff, guys. I'm so ready to give you this tutorial. Like, I'm so excited. So this is my Dyson. I've had this for about a year and a half and it's held up pretty well. So I have all the attachments in here. So I'm just gonna set this up. And I'm sure you've seen a bunch of tutorials on YouTube and TikTok, but the first attachment I'm gonna use is just the air dry attachment here, just to rough dry my hair and get me to about 90% dried here. Also, totally forgot to mention a very important step. Before even blow drying my hair, I do go in with the Olaplex No. 7 Bonding Oil. Not only is this really nourishing for your hair, it does act as a heat protectant. So I'm just gonna put a few drops and put it between my hair through like the mids to the end. So just to give me some heat protectant, and then this is gonna help with like frizz control and everything like that. Also, the whole entire time I will be doing this tutorial, I'll always have it on like full blast and high heat. But now we're just gonna rough dry my hair. So now that my hair is rough dried a bit and I look like a poof ball, I'm gonna go in with this attachment here and just run this through my hair just to get it a little bit more straight, a little bit more flat and more tamed. I do have like very textured wavy hair, so I'm just trying to tame it a bit. So we're gonna use this guy. Much better. The great thing about letting my hair dry as much as it could on its own is that that portion of blow drying my hair took little to no time at all, and you're also putting less heat overall. So that was super quick, and really happy how that turned out. I'm actually just going to do the crown of my head at the back a little bit more, because I feel like that part of my head takes way longer to dry than everywhere else. So I'm just going to run over that a little bit more with this. So now comes the fun part where it's actually time to use the barrels. And this is obviously the most like satisfying part out of the whole hair tutorial. And the reason why I love doing the Dyson Airwrap, because it just turns out so well. And once I figured out how to use this, and it did take a lot of time to get it the way I like, I never want to go back. So I hear a lot of girls struggling about getting the curls to last. And I definitely went through this issue as well. You could probably look back at a few of my videos. I've tried everything. I tried pinning the curls, I tried holding it, I've tried everything. About a year ago, I still couldn't figure it out. But now I found the way, and I have a little secret weapon, and this is what has changed my Dyson Airwrap hair game, because it's the only thing that works, and I love the result every single time. So the secret weapon is actually getting the skinnier, longer barrels from Dyson. Funny story, I actually hunted these down in New York City when I went a couple months ago because I wanted this for so long. And of course, as soon as we got back to Toronto, these became available in Canada, so I will link it down below. I'm not sure the exact dimensions, but it's just the longer, skinnier one. I'm pretty sure there's only one kind. And then I also use just the regular, smaller barrels that comes with the Dyson Airwrap, and I use both of these together. Now, the method that I do is I basically switch every other layer between the barrels. It just gives you a little bit more dimension in terms of the curls you get on your head. And I feel like the skinnier curls just last so much longer. So I feel like a mix with like the loose blowout barrels and these skinnier barrels, just, it's a game changer. So that's what I'm gonna do today, and definitely the key to what makes my Dyson Airwrap curls last for 3 days plus. I find on day 3 of the Dyson Airwrap curls, I find myself like going for the curling iron or the straightener just to touch up a few pieces, because the curls would have fallen by then. But besides that, like, I'm really happy with those results. So the first thing I do is split my hair in half down the middle, and I also do a middle part. So I just split my hair into 2, and then I clip one side away. I feel like I do the side that has less hair first, but this side curls better. It's really weird. So I just clip one half to the side, and then I take this half and I split that in half, and I try to get as straight as apart as I can. Like, that seems pretty straight to me. So I'm gonna clip that up as well, like so. And then I take this and I split it in half, so I'm really only working with one section. So this is section 1. Little side note here, I've noticed with my bottom layers lately that the root is really curly. I have naturally like wavy curly hair. So I'm actually gonna take the round brush attachment and just run this through the roots just to get that straight. And I really only do this with my bottom sections. I feel like the top sections, my normal hair texture gives me more volume. But for these bottom pieces, I definitely want to smooth these out a bit. Literally 2 seconds. Also, if the lights flicker, it's because this thing uses a lot of energy, just FYI. So for this bottom section, I go with the regular small barrels that come with the Dyson, and I always flip my hair outwards. So little trick, and I'm sure you've heard this trick before, but to see like which way you want the curls to go, I look in the mirror, and if the arrow is pointing away from me, that's how I know it's the right one, because I want everything going away from my face. So I have my bottom section here, and I'm just gonna split these up into 1/1.5 inch pieces and curl with this normal barrel here. So I'll hold that for about 15 to 20 seconds, and then I'll cool shot it with the cool setting for about 10 seconds. And then I sort of just grab the curl in my hand out of the barrel, just hold it for a couple seconds, and then I let it go. Yes, it looks a little crazy right now, but this does fall, so don't panic. Now I'm just gonna do the same thing to the other section. Hold it for a couple seconds, twist it a bit, and that's my bottom layer. This definitely falls a lot, and it's gonna give you that nice blowout effect once it does. Now I let down this other section. I have a little piece there that I don't want. And this is where the second layer here is where I go in with the skinnier barrel. So as you can see, I'm gonna be, for the most part, switching back and forth between the barrels for each layer. So put that on. Definitely much skinnier and gonna really catch your curl and make it a bit tighter. So I usually go, guys, from the back forwards, and sometimes I just have to comb the pieces through my fingers because my hair gets tingly. And again, this is what's really gonna give you the dimension. It's really important to cool shot it because that's what's going to help set the curl. As you can see, it's a much tighter curl, so that's really going to help us out in the long run, and it gives you more of like a curling iron curl. Sometimes I like to give it a little twisty. That just helps with the definition of the curl before it falls. Now that this bottom half is done, I do like just to hit it with some hairspray to help it hold while I do the rest of my head. Like I said, I might look a little crazy right now, but once this falls, after, I brush it out and sleep on it overnight, I wake up with the perfect curls. So now I'm just splitting my hair again, going layer by layer, and I will be switching the attachments once again. This is where I find my hair gets a little tanglier because my hair has been up. But again, I'm just switching the barrels and repeating that step over and over again. It definitely also helps if you hold the barrel and the whole device like vertically. That's going to help a lot. Such a pretty curl every single time, if you can see that. So for the bottom layers, of course, as I said, I've been switching the barrels. Now that I'm approaching the top layers of my head, which are a little bit shorter, I am just going to be sticking to the smaller barrel. It'll just take the curl a little bit tighter and allow it to fall to give me the perfect curl that I want. So I feel like for the last quarter of my head, I'm just going in with the small barrel. So I'm just gonna finish off this side of my head and I'll catch up with you guys when I get to the other side. So this side is done, and as you can see, I have some beautiful curls going on here. So I'm just gonna hit it with some hairspray before I get to the other side. This will definitely look much, much cuter once we brush this out, but I like to let this set while I do the other side. So basically the other half of my head, we're gonna do the same deal. However, I do have more hair on this side. It's just the way my hair goes, I guess. But we're gonna do the same thing where we part this side in half, get it as straight as we can, clip that up, take the half, put that in half again. So we're left with the bottom section, like so. And because I have a little bit more hair on my underlayers on this side, I'm actually gonna go ahead and clip this up, split it in half and clip it one more time, just cause I really like to work with smaller pieces of hair while I'm doing this. It's just a little bit easier for me. So now I'm left with my little section of hair, and we're gonna do the exact same thing, except flipping it all around. So I'm gonna start with a smaller barrel, make sure that the arrow is going away from my face, and just go back to front, doing the exact same thing and switching barrel sizes between each layer. So like I said, I do have a bit more hair on this side, and since I split up the sections a little bit more, I am going to do this layer with my bigger barrel as well, but just to make it even. And then after this layer, I will be switching. Definitely just use your discretion and do your hair how the way you like. Give it some dimension wherever you can, but basically this is what works for my hair, and it's keeping the bottom layers longer and then switching between the skinnier and bigger barrels each way. So we're just gonna get this done, and it's gonna look so good at the end. Guys, once you get the hang of the Airwrap, you honestly cannot go back. It's just overall better for your hair. My hairstylist always says that a blow dryer gives way less heat damage than like a straightener or curling iron would. And I've definitely seen a huge difference in like hair growth overall in the products I'm using in tandem with the Dyson Airwrap. It's honestly allowed my hair to grow so much. Hit that with some hairspray. Woo! This definitely does take a little bit longer as it would if I were just to use like my beach waver, for example. What I like to do, obviously, if I wasn't filming this video, I just pop my AirPods in, watch some YouTube, some Netflix, or just like listen to music. It definitely makes the time go by a little bit quicker and a little bit more enjoyable. But once you get the hang of it, it's honestly like so aesthetically like pleasing and satisfying to do your hair, just because the curls come out perfect almost every single time. Now I'm just switching to my skinnier barrel and getting on with it. Trying to give you guys a close-up wherever I can. But like I said before, it's definitely much easier to manage and do this when your hair is almost dry, or else you're just dealing with like a big like soppy mess, depending on your hair type, and just makes it like way longer and harder. So The fact that my hair is almost dry right now is making this pretty much easier. This is just giving this a curl and finishing those like last couple touches on getting my hair dry. Twist those up a bit, again, just to give it some dimension. Look at that volume. But yeah, as you can see, like this side already fell a bit, so when this side falls, this is going to be awesome. But I'm just gonna hit this with some hairspray. Always get it in my eye. And even though we look a little crazy, we're just gonna let this chill for a quick sec, because then we're gonna brush out the curls, but we need them to set. So we're gonna be curly Sue for a little while. Probably not a good idea wearing a black shirt while trying to film a hair video, because now my shirt's covered in hair. However, the last and probably my favorite step of this whole routine is putting some oil in my hair and running the curls through my fingers and just loosening them up a bit. So I'm gonna be using my tried and true Jisoo hair oil. I'm on the little last of the bottle here. However, I do have like 2 more bottles. I think I mentioned in another video, like people love to give me hair stuff because they know I love it. So I literally have 2 more bottles of these because my friends and family know that like this is my stuff. So I just put a couple drops, put it in my fingers, and we're just gonna brush this out. I'm definitely not putting this on the roots because I don't want to look greasy. But as you can see, it makes such a difference when you just brush these out. It calms the curls a little bit and really gives it that nice true wave. And as you guys can see, there are still some curls there. It isn't like quite a blowout effect because we used that smaller barrel on every other layer, which did help a lot. I know some girls like to use the round brush to help do their front pieces. I like a more tamed look, so I just flipped everything away using the barrels. And like I said, this hair will last me 3 days until I have to do either my ponytail or slicked bun until hair wash day. But this totally worked out and probably one of the best times I ever did this. So yay me. I will try to show you guys the back of my head just so you guys can see the curls. I figured this was kind of the best way to show you guys the back of my head, but here it is. I really hope you guys can see that. Here is the back of my head. Just nice loose curls, and I just try to play around with it. But this will definitely like settle throughout the night. But if I had to leave the house right now, I'd be so happy if my hair looked like this. It's just like beautiful waves with less heat, and they can't be beat. Alright guys, that completes my official Dyson Airwrap tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I know this was a long time coming, so thanks for being patient. As always, thank you so much for watching, and of course, I'll be back with more videos soon. Love you guys. Bye.